Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome to a Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file design team layout. Today I'm going to be working with an older cut file, the X and O, or Heart and Love, Hugs and Kisses, whatever you want to call it. That will be in the description box below for you to get your hands on it if you are wanting it. Felt like it was quite fitting considering tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Maybe not here in Canada, got a couple days, but this is posting and it's New Zealand, and Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So I'm working with Rosie Studios' new Valentine's Day collection. I think it's called Lucky You, and I love it. Now we were kind of talking about this actually in the design team group about how Rosie Studio is a hard one to cut through cut files with because the paper is thin. I will say I agree, the paper is thin. However, I use the vellum setting in my silhouette, and then I just down the speed. So when it does that setting, it sets itself to like 6, and I move my speed down to 4, and then I up my pressure, or whatever it is, up from 19 to 20. I have found that is the sweet spot for cutting Rosie Studio products. It's just perfect. And so that's what I do. It makes it so I can still use some of the pretty paper. And then I am just cautious about making sure that I have one more layer, so like an extra sheet of cardstock or something behind it, so there's a little bit more substance. Everyone does what they want to do. I find that this works for me, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm working with some photos. You can see I have 3 to start with. I totally was planning on using all 3 of them. I couldn't make the larger colored one work for kind of the design that I ended up going with. So instead I'm going to work with just the 2 little ones, which is just fine. And what they happen to be of is my little bear on his very first Valentine's Day. Now, we don't do a whole lot for Valentine's Day in our family, but we recognize it. We get to have a little bit of chocolate, and I take some cute photos of my kids. That's basically all we do. Sean, he does pretty good. Normally gets me flowers or candy or something. And I try to remember. Mostly it's for the kids. We do Valentine's Day for the kids. Sean and I, our anniversary is actually in March, so we kind of skip over Valentine's Day. I am so excited how this layout turned out. So what I ended up doing is I had the X and O, and I liked how that looked backed with the different pattern papers and everything. But it needed a little bit more something. And so you can see what I ended up doing was simply taking the insides of where I took out of the cut file, that X and O, and I just used my little hole punch and did a tiny bit of stitching. And it's an off-white, so it stands out off of the background. But I love that. It's subtle, but it's there. The O is going to be the perfect place for me to place my title, which I was excited about that. I'm going to pop the actual cut file up on some fun foam. I'm trying to use up some of the stuff I get from Walmart, because I do have some better quality stuff that I received from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and it's really good quality foam. So I'm trying to use up my older stuff so I can work with the newer stuff. Pop both of them up so that there's a bit of dimension going on. I then go ahead and start with the ephemera. Now, the ephemera that comes with Rosie Studios, this is the first time I've ever opened anything from them. I didn't realize it was double of everything. So it's cool. There's a lot that I can use, a lot of like the florals. You can never have enough florals, but some of it, like, I don't need 2 cats. So I have a feeling a lot of it's going to go ahead and be donated to my daughter to play with, because I don't need 2 of everything. But I was able to get some stuff used up. Did a few fun layering. The space between the 2 photos of my son worked really well to have some interest there. I also pulled out this other XO because obviously that's the theme I have going on here, and I'm going to place that there as well. So while you watch me kind of do a little bit of embellishing and place my title, let's talk about Confessions of a Paper Addict. Make sure you head on over and check out what's happening. There are some new releases coming out, and you're going to love them. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're over at the Facebook group because there's free cut files available every month, and they're only available for that month, so you want to get your hands on them. And it's just a really fun place to be. There's a lot of funny things that get posted, just random things, fun questions, and it's just a really nice place to share. And it does not have to be sharing with cut files. Virginia's all about just sharing in general. So we'd love to see what you are creating. Head on over, check it out, get yourself the free cut file of the month, and just come hang out with us. I'm gonna now work on my title. You can see I'm using the word "a little love." I figured that was pretty fitting. I have done a couple Valentine's layouts already for this particular year. It's 2019 that I'm working on. You're going to be seeing a lot of 2019 from me coming up, but I really wanted to highlight the fact that this was his very first Valentine's Day, so a separate layout I decided was needed, and this is what I came up with, adding a few puffy stickers. I can't believe that. I struggle with those, but I did get a couple used up, and I'm so pleased with how this all kind of turned out. My plan is to put a little bit of journaling in the X, just talking about how it was his first Valentine's Day, and call it good. You can see I did add black stitching around it, and that tied it all together. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with another layout. Bye!